Hello and welcome to my MG ZS EV. In this video I'm going to be showing you a couple of faults that have shown up on the driver's dash, and I'm also going to be showing you some interesting facts about the range of the vehicle. After selling my Jaguar XFR a number of months ago, I was on the hunt for a new car. After searching the internet, I saw Peugeot were going to be launching a full electric car called the E208, and I thought that could be the car for me. But then I also realised Vauxhall were going to be launching an all-electric car. This was going to be called the Corsa E, or the E-Corsa. I thought those two cars, any of those two cars would be ideal for my purposes. Then out of the blue came the MG ZS EV. What a great price it seemed, and 5,000 or 6,000 less than the E208 or E-Corsa. After a bit more research, the MG ZS EV was at the top of my list. I saw there was an MG dealer in Wakefield, West Yorkshire. I didn't waste any time, so I went to the MG dealer straight away and I ordered a white MG ZS EV. And I also left my deposit. This was on the 16th of September. I wasn't sure when the car would be delivered, but the dealer told me it may be sometime in December or January, which was still better than the Peugeot or Vauxhall. I heard online though some people were given a day of March as a delivery date, so I didn't really expect mine to arrive this year. What surprise I had when the car dealer contacted me on the 8th of November and informed me the white MG ZS EV may not actually be in until January or February next year. I was a bit disappointed, but then he told me a couple of black MGs were coming in very soon and asked me if I'd be interested in one of those. Yes! What a result! So I went down to the MG dealers, and on the 23rd of November I picked up my new MG ZS EV, not in white but in black, and I thought what a great colour it was and what a great drive back home I had in it. The car had been going great, but after the second rapid charge a few days later the car wouldn't move, so the MG assistants had to be contacted, and after a short time the AA arrived. After a bit of head scratching, he did a diagnostic check on the car and he cleared the fault, and then the car was great again. The car would move and it was back up and running. This didn't bother me though, as I know many new cars, no matter what the make, can suffer faults. About a week after that, the car decided to show another fault on the driver's dash. This involved the brake regeneration system, so when it was switched from level 2 to level 3, it showed that the braking regeneration is limited and you've got to use the brakes. Well, I would think anybody has to use the brakes at some stage or other. This did seem to clear though once the brakes had got warm, so I'm not sure if this brake regeneration fault is down to the cold weather, but I'll keep an eye on it, as done it a few times. Now let's have a look at the range. I wanted to see what would happen as the battery got very low. The display showed I had 30 miles range left and a recharge warning light came on. A few miles later, the warning light started to flash and the power of the car was reduced. I didn't worry though, and I didn't have any anxiety because I knew I only had to travel about 5 miles to get to a rapid charger, and the range was showing 9 miles. But as a bit of a shock, just as I got to the bottom of a long steep hill, the range totally disappeared and was replaced with dashes. Now that was a bit worrying. Going up the hill was very steep and the car went up very slowly. I really thought the car may stop. At the traffic lights I thought it best not to continue up the rest of the hill to the rapid charger, so I decided to turn right and go down the other hill to the other rapid charger. Luckily this was free and I managed to put the car onto charge. As soon as I put the car onto charge, it showed that I only had 3% battery left, but then it quickly went up to 4%. But it was still showing no miles available. So it looks like once the range disappears, you still have about 3% of charge left. Who knows how far you could really drive with only 3% of battery left. So now I've mentioned about the battery and how low the battery can go, let's look at the actual mileage. So in this video clip you can see that the range showing on the battery is 129 miles. That is in the eco mode. So I'll sequence through, and in normal mode now it's 117, in sport mode it's 111. So you can see between the two there's over 18 miles difference between eco mode and sport mode. So staying in sport mode now, if we turn on the air conditioning, suddenly you can see the sport goes from 111 down to 100. Then in normal mode, it's now with air conditioning is 105. And in eco mode, but with air conditioning, it's 116. So we turn the air conditioning off in eco mode and you can see it goes back up to 129. So by using the air conditioning does actually use a lot more battery, which is obviously we know in a normal petrol or diesel car using the air conditioning, we're not aware about how much diesel or petrol we're actually using because obviously the miles doesn't go up or down. So you can see by using the air conditioning, if you get desperate and you get down to the 20 miles or 20%, if you turn the air conditioning off, that will allow you to get a lot more miles. Obviously, the more range you've got in the battery, so if the battery's full and you turn the air conditioning off or put it on, it will make a bigger difference. It's just that at that particular time, I've only got 120 miles range available. Anyway, that's all about the MG ZS EV in this video. I hope you've enjoyed it and found it informative. If you do need to know any more about the specifications or range or any other questions, just let me know below and I'll get back to you when I can. Thank you.